Hey, visionaries! You are now tuned in to the Starts with a Vision podcast, where everything you do in life starts with a vision. If your vision is clear or foggy, you are in the right place. It's time to go take what's yours, because there's a vision only you can see, and a dream only you can dream. And now, your host, Mr. Starts with a Vision.
What's going on, y'all? This is Isaiah Fowler, aka Mr. SWAV, and I want to say thank you for another episode. Thank you for listening to the show. Thank you for making this happen, bettering yourself, investing in yourself. So, if you hadn't paid attention, if you don't know, we launched a community over here on Facebook, and I really want to invite you guys to come into the community and come join us in this group. On Facebook, I just want you to type in Deeper Than a Podcast, right? And the reason why is because basically when we say deeper than a podcast, what we mean is everything has a deeper meaning, right? I didn't start this podcast just to start it, right? And the reason why I'm still here doing it today is simply because it's so much deeper than just a podcast, right? It's about the people who I've connected with, the people who I've met, so many different things. And so because of all of that, you know, I started this group, and it's really just to push people to go deeper into their relationships and go deeper into their business and go deeper into all these different things. So definitely check out the community. Come join us, and we're going to create a platform and everything. So I truly want that to happen for you. I truly want to see you in there, and have you join us. So also, with that being said, we're going to hop into the quote of the day and then the topic of the day. And this topic is very important, and it's near and dear to my heart. So I really want you guys to listen up, because I know it'll be very valuable to you. So the quote, it goes like this. None of us really change. We only become more fully aware. I'm going to say it one more time. None of us really change over time. We only become more fully aware. And that quote is by Anne Rice. So the thing about it is, when you think about you growing as a person, right? You are growing as a person. You're working on yourself, and you're working on yourself every single day, right? And so over time, what happens? Over time, you are growing. You are having new breakthroughs. You are having new realizations. And we say that we changed, or people convince us that we changed. And also, people convince us that we're a different person. You act different. All these different things, right? You switched up on us. But that is not the case. The case is we only become more fully aware of who we are as a person, right? We become more fully aware of who we are as a person. So the biggest thing is, all you have to do is continue to become aware of who you are. You have to continue to become more aware of who you are. So do you like sports? Do you not like sports? You know, what kind of if you want to start a business, know what your strengths are. Because when you know what your strengths are, you can focus more on those. But also know what your weaknesses are. Because when you know what your weaknesses are, you can not just cover those up, but you can compensate for those weaknesses. So that's why it's important to know who you are. And knowing who you are comes from what? Self-awareness, self-realization, self-actualization. So as time goes on, all we do is continue to just know who we are as a person and, at the core. So that is the quote of the day. And the topic, man, is kind of it's like this. Pride is a killer. And I don't want you to let pride mess up your progress. I don't want you to let pride mess up your progression. I don't want you to let pride mess up your becoming of a better person. And so I think that is very important in order when you do have pride, because everybody has pride, but think about this. To combat that pride, what do you need? You need a support system. So let me break this down for you, and let me give you some context, and let me tell you a story. So imagine you are a 23-year-old male entrepreneur. Because men are a lot more prideful than women are. So we have two people, a man and a woman, or a man and a man, just to say two entrepreneurs. And so both of these entrepreneurs started at the same time. Now, one entrepreneur started their business and they didn't hire a coach until 4 years into their journey. And the whole 4 years of their journey, they were making like $40,000 to $50,000 a year in their business, right? All right, cool. Now, over time, they hire a coach, and then this coach helps them, and then they have a breakthrough. Now, those first 4 years was the hardest time of their life. That first 4 years was drastic. They've gone through it. They lost money, and they weren't fully good to go, right? They weren't making enough money to live and pay taxes and pay bills. So they were struggling and all this other stuff. But they didn't want to get any help. And they didn't want to get any help because they felt like other people were liars, were con artists, and all this other stuff. So they didn't get any help. But you have another person, the other entrepreneur who started a business, and they got a coach after 6 months. So they made a little bit of money. They had, they learned the basics, and then they hired a coach. Now what happens? What happens after that is, or what happens after this is what? They say, you know what? My business just exploded because I hired somebody. I hired a coach. I hired a coach to help me out. And this coach who I hired has revolutionized my business. And in 18 months, they do $250,000. But those first 6 months, they did like $20,000. Think about that. And so the second person, the second entrepreneur, they just didn't have the pride. They put their pride to the side and said, I just want to get further. I just want to advance. And I am willing to do whatever it takes to get further and go farther, right? So think about everything else. Like, think about everybody else who is being prideful, and think about the people who are not being prideful. You cannot allow pride to stop you from your progress. And that brings me to a great point. The reason why people have pride is because they don't have a support system. And they don't have people who are in their corner. They don't have people who are letting them know that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to be transparent. It's okay to be going towards your first 6 figures after 5-10 years. You know why? Because entrepreneurship is not easy in itself. Entrepreneurship is not easy. So why are you going to beat yourself up about not making 6 figures immediately? Why are you going to beat yourself up about not making 6 figures immediately? Think about this. Why would you beat yourself up when most people never make 6 figures in a 12-month span? And you're attempting to do it, and you're beating yourself up because you didn't do it overnight. That doesn't even make sense. But you're just being so prideful, and you don't have any support to the point where you could reach out to people that could help you out, that could make you feel better, that could give you some tweaks and help you out with your business. So I think that it's extremely important to get a support system. If you do not have people, friends, who are entrepreneurs, a lot of people call them business besties. If you don't have people who are entrepreneurs and don't understand this journey, then good luck. Good luck making it happen. Because you're going to be so prideful because you don't have anybody who could relate to you that's around you. You have to have people around you who can relate to you. And once you have people who can relate to you that are around you, you will be so much more comfortable and allowing them to be, to be in your life and to understand what's going on. And they may be able to help you. They may give you a nugget or something that helps you in your business and it helps you make money. And then you're not struggling anymore. So I truly want you to think about that. I truly want you to think about that. You cannot allow pride to stop you. Don't allow pride to get in your way. You just can't allow it. So don't allow pride to stop you. Don't allow pride to just get in your way. You deserve so much more. You deserve so much more than you are giving yourself. But the pride is what's getting in the way. So I say that to say, stop allowing pride to get in the way. Find you a support system. And that support system is going to allow you to get to where you want to go because you'll be able to bounce ideas off each other, like-minded people. And from there, you'll be good to go. So that is the episode, guys. That's what I wanted to talk about. Just really quick. Stop allowing pride to mess you up. Stop allowing pride to stop you. Please stop allowing pride to stop you. It's not safe. It's not sane. It's not okay. You deserve so much more, so just stop. Get help if you need it. Get guidance if you need it. And make it happen. So, guys, with that being said, that's today's episode. I'll talk to you on the next show. Come join us in the community on Facebook at Deeper Than a Podcast.
Thanks for listening to the Starts With a Vision podcast. Come get your vision clear at www.startswithavision.com. See you there.